see NPO Vympel for the Russian air-to-air missiles designer Spetsgruppa B, often referred to as Vympel, but also known as KGB Directorate B. Vega Group is a Russian Spetsnaz unit mostly under the command of the FSB, but some teams under GRU. Vympel is the sister unit of Spetsgruppa A KGB FSB unit, while some soldiers have stayed part of the GRU, specialized in counter-terrorism missions. History. The exact lineage of Vympel is not known, but the unit was formed in 1981 by the KGB Maj. Gen. Yuri Ivanovich Drozdov within the first chief directorate of the KGB, as a dedicated Spetsnaz unit specialized in deep penetration, sabotage, universal direct and covert action, protection of Soviet embassies and espionage cell activation in case of war. Most of the Vympel operatives mastered 2 or 3 foreign languages since they were intended to act in foreign countries, deep behind enemy lines. Vympel was tasked with assassinating the top leadership of enemy states and destroying strategic infrastructure in the critical special period, when the outbreak of war between the superpowers would have been unavoidable. Vympel quickly gained the reputation of being among the best Soviet Special Forces units, surpassing its GRU and MVD counterparts. However, after the collapse of the USSR, Vympel was decimated by endless reorganization and redefinition. It passed under the aegis of the Security Ministry before being receded to the GRU and finally passed to the MVD. However, the militia had no use for such a unit. The bulk of the Vympel operatives could not stand the humiliation of being subordinated to the police, and duly resigned. Of 278 officers, only 57 chose to remain within the MVD. The unit was renamed Vega. In 1995, the FSB-RF Special Operations Center was granted control over Vympel. The group regained its original name and was reintegrated into the intelligence service structures. The emphasis shifted from covert and clandestine sabotage operations to counter-terrorism and nuclear safety enforcement. Vympel operatives undergo special training related to improvised or special explosive devices, permitting them to use terrorist-like tactics to carry out their operations. Physical training includes close-hand combat, parachute training, diving, underwater combat techniques, climbing, and alpine rope techniques. Regional groups of Vympel were deployed in cities with especially important nuclear facilities. Vympel, abbreviation of the Directorate of the TSS and FSB of the Russian Federation, is still a classified and secretive unit. It took part in Russia's Chechen campaigns and in storming of the Supreme Soviet building during the 1993 Russian constitutional crisis. Little is known about its current operations and activities, the exception being the capture of the Chechen militant leader Salman Raduyev in March 2000 and the assault on the school in Beslan in September 2004. Training. Vympel training is the same as Alpha Group. All Vympel operatives are trained in tactical operations, parachuting, driving various vehicles, trained in methods of intelligence gathering, and other specialized skills.